the Friends of Camp Teetonkah. In fact, he's immediate past president of the organization, Dave Goldfarb. Hi, Dave.
Well, hi, Bart. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good. Well, we, I think last talked as you and Scouts were picking up Christmas trees. Was that a successful event this year?
It was. There's fewer trees than there used to be, but yes, we succeeded. We got done, and we always have a good time with it.
Good. Well, I know our community is interested in Camp Teetonkah and its fate, and there have been some changes over the years, and we thought it'd be a good idea to maybe get an update on where things stand with the camp, former Boy Scout camp on Wolf Lake.
Yes, it's on Big Wolf Lake. Camp Teetonkah is actually the second oldest BSA camp in the country.
In the country?
Yes.
Wow.
So beautiful camp on Big Wolf Lake. It looked like they might have to close it for a while, and Friends of Camp Teetonkah actually was a group that was formed in the 90s to save the camp, and they raised an endowment, and so it reformed and helped put stuff together so that the camp was saved, and since then we've been doing a lot of work at the camp to fix it up.
Well, thanks for saving that. I know everyone, especially on Big Wolf Lake, happy that it's staying as a camp and not being developed.
The residents were very supportive of it. What you're seeing are some pictures of the work that we did at the Fire Bowl, known as the Terry Bowl. The seats were Splinter City, the posts were rotting, the fence in the back was falling down, and we did a lot of work to fix that all up. We've also been very busy with picnic tables. The wood becomes another source of splinters over the years, and we've been taking the old wood off and putting new wood on. And these were projects specifically of the Friends of Camp Teetonkah. Of course, we're working in cooperation and in conjunction with the Michigan Crossroads Council and the local staff, the caretaker. So we've been doing a lot of work that are our projects, but also we've had someone who's been helping the council with a lot of work at the camp. So I brought a laundry list of things that I could run through on it. As you saw, the fire bowl's been fixed up. It is now very usable. Benches are only so comfortable, but they're more comfortable when you don't get splinters.
Yeah.
The picnic tables you saw, actually what we've done so far are 20 picnic tables. These are tables that are at the campsites, so each campsite gets 2 tables. Some of the tables were set up for wheelchair accessible, so they have like an extended end so a wheelchair can pull up with them. This is one of them. You can see it's being worked on, and that was when we were working indoors. We also worked outdoors. And then from some generosity, we've fixed up the camp roads. The roads are just dirt roads through the camp. The main road, still a lot of sand, but there was room, and then we have more or less 2 tracks that go back to many of the different campsites. We found that some people were getting stuck on those roads because the grooves were deep, and when it rained it was mud and holes. Through the generosity of Bailey Sand and Gravel, we got over 200 tons of gravel delivered, and it was delivered by R&D Dirt Works, and they were great about it. So we've got that, and then we've had one of our people, Dennis Fowler, who's our current president, is out there, if not weekly, every other week, doing some work with Dave McLean, who's the caretaker, and other camp people, along with the council, and wherever work is needed, he's been there to help. So Friends of Camp Teetonkah has been cooperating with the council and the local people to help keep that camp going.
Yeah, in fact, you had to really come up with a deal to convince Crossroads to allow you as a group to take on the camp.
Yeah, what we looked at originally is we were talking about just taking over the camp, and BSA and the council decided to keep it as it's still a Boy Scout camp or a BSA camp. now, as they refer to it. It's used primarily for Cub Scout summer camp. It's also used for Boy Scout weekend camping, and there's a lot of training that takes place there.
Is it used year-round?
Yes, yes. They fixed up 2 cabins, junipers and cedars. The council put the funds into it, and they look gorgeous. In fact, they look so good they had uninvited guests. It's in the woods. They're going to be finding a way in. So that was one of the things that we've done is they were evicted. But we've done a number of things out there. So we've got a maintenance shop that's been renovated and cleaned up. There's brush that's been cleared back. So campsites that were getting overgrown are now cleared back as well. Storage building has been gone through, reorganized, cleaned up. There's been a lot of maintenance and repair done to equipment. There's new flagpoles in front of the Weatherwax building, which is the dining hall. And that building as well had some additional storage space added on for food.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole camp has become far more functional.
How many acres does the camp occupy?
I'm recalling it was like 193 acres.
Oh, wow.
That's from my memory, so I can't guarantee
Well, I know
I'm
it's,
right.
it's a substantial stretch of land, and obviously a lot of things need to be maintained and painted and fixed. And it's labor of love for you, though, isn't it, Dave?
Oh, yes. And the other members of Friends of Camp Teetonkah, we're all volunteers. We raise funds as we can, donations, and then that money goes into the camp. We don't have anybody who gets paid. We have no expenses, more or less. So we're working out there, and I mean, simple things like signs to find a campsite had to be redone. So a lot of work has gone in to fix the place up so that it's very usable. And there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. So we're going to continue to work in. And while we were working hard to keep it as a camp, and the council was like, no, we don't want it. In the end, we find that the best thing to do is draw a truce and work cooperatively so that the camp can thrive. And that's what we're actively doing now.
Now, are you looking for people to join the Friends?
Very much so. We have a core of volunteers, and we're there working, and our fearless president, Dennis, is there working a lot, but more help you have, the easier it is to get more done. So the chapel, for example, their seating is in as bad a shape as the fire bowl. So we'd like to redo the chapel, and we'll need help to do that. But we do it in priority working with the council. So if the council says we need X, Y, and Z done before we can think about letting you go to work on the chapel, we go to work on X, Y, and Z.
If someone wants to volunteer or donate or just learn more about the Friends, do you have a online?
Friends of Camp Teetonkah, we have a Facebook page,
Okay.
Friends of Camp Teetonkah. So that's a great way to contact us. We have Friends of Camp Teetonkah at Gmail, so we can get emails, and we do have a website as well.
Great.
So,
Appreciate hearing all the updates. Keep up the great work.
well, we're working on it. Thank you.
Yeah, and thanks for sharing, keeping us in the loop on everything going on. A great community asset. Good to see you.
Yes.
Dave Goldfarb with Friends of Camp Teetonkah. More to come on today's